Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge.
All I got is bourbon.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Woo, we are back at it with a hot topic for today. Yes, a hot topic for today. I'm going to give you 3 lies that exist about allocated bourbon. Cool? So 3 lies that hands down, they exist day in, day out about allocated bourbon. We're going to keep it real today. We always keep it real, but we're going to keep it even more real today. Fair? All right. Before we get started, a couple updates for the channel. Again, people ask often, like, hey, Judge, what's going on with your barrel pick? So if you saw our episode earlier this week, our next barrel pick that's coming out from the Judge community, or for the Judge community, is a double barrel pick. So 2 barrels coming from my good friends over at Southern Grace Distilleries down in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. So we did a Conviction Double Oak, and we did the first ever Founders Reserve. 2 barrel picks with them. I'm also headed out soon in the next month or so out to Kentucky to do a barrel pick with Wild Turkey, doing our annual Russell's barrel pick, which is always just amazing, right? Wild Turkey does nothing but amazing things. And then let's see, what else we have? We have a lot of different barrels going. I'm just thinking of like top 3. Oh, in literally less than like 3 or 4 weeks, I'm headed down to Charleston, South Carolina, and I'm doing a barrel pick with myself and my patrons. We're doing a barrel pick with Highwire Distillery. So Highwire, really looking forward to that. We're going to do some, I think we're going to do a Jimmy Red. I'm not sure if we're going to do a double oak or just the standard Jimmy Red. Still TBD on that, but really looking forward to the Highwire barrel pick down in Charleston, South Carolina. Some amazing whiskey down there. So if you're interested in becoming a patron, go ahead, check me out over on Patreon. All right, so I'm going to give you 3 different lies about allocated bourbon, and I'm going to give you some examples of things that you should be thinking about. Is that fair? All right, here we go. Lie number 1. Allocated means it's better. No, that is incorrect. Allocated bourbon does not mean that the whiskey is better. This is probably one of the biggest, I think, misconceptions when people talk about whiskey. Oh, it's allocated. They only produce, X number of bottles. It has to be good. That is complete BS, right? Allocated just simply means that they made a limited quantity. It has nothing at all to do with quality, right? Limited quantity doesn't equal that is better from a quality standpoint. Are there some allocated bottles that are great? Absolutely. I think of one, last year. Michter's came out with Baumburger's PFG, Precision Fine Grain. That was an allocated bottle. All jokes aside, that was legit. That was fantastic. But that's honestly probably, I would say, that's far few in between, right? Where you have an allocated bottle that hits like Michter's PFG. That's not the norm. And I'll give you a couple different bottles that honestly fall in the allocated category, and they are not worth it at all. Number 1, Blanton's. Oh my gosh. You see Blanton's all the time, right? It's in bars, it's on TV shows. Blanton's is an average bottle. It's average at best. Second, Elmer T. Lee, an average bottle at best. And third, Weller Special Reserve, an average bottle at best. But because those 3 bottles, you see them on TV shows, right? You see them all over. You see Blanton's, you see Elmer T. Lee and Weller and so forth on different TV shows because it's marketed, right? Hey, very well by Buffalo Trace. But honestly, they are subpar bottles. Compare those 3 bottles to 3 bottles that sit on shelves. They're shelf bottles, and they crush those 3 all day in, day out. Rare Breed kills it. Knob Creek 12-year kills it. Russell's Single Barrel kills it. All 3 of those, anywhere from like $60 to maybe $65, $70 bottles, but sit on shelves and are truly amazing whiskey. So again, just because something is allocated does not mean that is better. That is lie number 1. All right, Judge, what is lie number 2? Lie number 2 is you'll never ever find allocated bourbon. That is just complete BS. Again, that is so not true, right? The reality is, honestly, people find allocated bourbon every single day. There are a couple things that really you have to keep in mind. Number one, timing matters. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've been like in a liquor store and they're just putting something out, right? So sometimes you actually just have to get lucky, right? There was no secret handshakes or anything like that. I literally walked into a store where I didn't know the owners, I didn't know the managers, they didn't know me as the Bourbon Judge and all that nonsense, right? I just literally walked into the store, they were putting bottles out, and it was like a really good bottle, right? A good bottle of whiskey that I wanted to find. It wasn't the PFG, but a different bottle in the past that I wanted to find, right? Because it was allocated. I was thinking it was better. It did end up being better. It was actually one of the better releases. But I walked in and I was able to find it. It was actually one of the Heaven Hill special releases. I walked in, I happened to be there, no special handshakes, no side wink wink password, no slipping of an extra $100 on the side. It's literally, I just walked in and they happened to be putting it out on the shelf, right? Timing and good luck, honestly, matters. It really does. The second thing I would think about, once in a while, you may want to try going to like some of those smaller stores. So sometimes you, at least for me, when I'm traveling for work, if I'm on the back roads, like some of like the smaller towns, go into some of those smaller stores. A lot of times they might have bottles that you want that you can't get if you're in downtown Chicago or you're in New York City or you're in Miami, right? So a lot of times, like, again, go to smaller stores that are off the beaten path. Odds are you might have better luck with some of those smaller stores because they may not have like a fancy cabinet. They might just put it out on the shelf. Hell, it might be on the bottom shelf, but it's one of the bottles that you actually want. So look at some of the smaller stores. Last thing I would say is that when I think about the whole concept of you'll never find allocated bourbon, honestly, if you're looking for it, a lot of times what creeps into your mind? The media. Social media, especially at its best, is nothing but negative. Everyone who says, I never find it. Well, how hard are you actually looking for it? If you want allocated bourbon, again, allocated doesn't always mean that it's better. But if you want allocated bourbon, my point would be, how hard are you trying to look for it? At least get out there here and there and try to find the whiskey. That is the lie number 2. Cool? All right, before I get to number 3, real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what are your thoughts in general about allocated whiskey in general. And last but not least, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right. Cheers. Woo! A little Russell's right here. Not allocated, just sits on the shelf. Great whiskey. All right. What is the number 3, the third lie about allocated bourbon? Oh boy. Now this one is an interesting one. So the number 3 is that you need to have, or you must have, a relationship with a liquor store, store owner, or manager. Now I'm not gonna lie. This one I would say is slightly difficult because does it help? Yes, it does help. But is it mandatory? No, it is not mandatory to have like some deep relationship with like the liquor store manager or the owner and so forth, right? So for myself, for example, I don't get every bottle out there, but every year I probably get maybe 3 or 4 bottles that are, I'll say, harder to get. Only 1 or 2 of those come from a relationship. The other 1 or 2, like truly being lucky by walking into the store when I know something's being released and I'm out there, like as soon as I see that, I hear online that it's being released, I'm out there day in, day out, like in the morning, in the afternoon, to make sure I can try to find it. A lot of times it's just being lucky, honestly. It's not always, oh, the liquor store manager loves me, we have this best relationship, we skip down the street. That doesn't need to happen. Let's be crystal clear. It does not need to happen. There are other ways you can get them. Number 1, you don't always have to have that fantastic relationship. What can you do? Some states, think of Pennsylvania, think of North Carolina, think of Virginia. They are all state-controlled stores, right? So the state actually sets the price and so forth. They have lottery. So if you live in one of those states that's a state-controlled store, as long as you shop there and you enter the lottery, you have just as good of a chance to win as anyone else, right? That's number one. Second option you have, right? Rather than just having the fantastic relationship with the liquor store owner, you can go to some grocery stores in some states sell liquor. A lot of people wouldn't think that certain grocery stores sell liquor, and they wouldn't think that they would even get like certain bottles. But some states and some stores, go to grocery stores. I guarantee you, I found them myself before in Kentucky. Not bad at all. All right. The third thing you can do, rather than just having a fantastic relationship with a liquor store owner or a manager, Costco. Yes, Costco could be hit or miss, but when they hit hard. So when you know something is coming out, and you go online, you research it, you hear something is coming out, honestly, get to Costco. You might have to get there early in the morning, but as long as you get to Costco, as long as your Costco in your state gets good whiskey, odds are you're going to find it at that Costco for a fantastic price. You just have to get there early in the morning. Don't get there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon saying, oh man, it's sold out. Well, hey, at least it was there. So check out Costco. And the last thing I would say, I'm thinking of my good friends down in Florida. One in particular, I'll call him a total wine guru. If you are part of the Total Wine like lottery club and so forth, as long as you shop at Total Wine, you're part of the lottery. Total Wine does a fantastic job of getting allocated bottles in. And again, as long as you are a dedicated consumer, you enter their lottery system, at that point, you have a chance of getting some really good bottles. So stay away from these 3 lies, because they're not always true. Number 1, allocated doesn't mean that it's better. Number 2, if you really want allocated bourbon, don't listen to the lie that you'll never find it. Those are all the naysayers online saying that bottles don't exist, and they're also the people that never actually go whiskey hunting. Lie number 3, the whole lie about you need to be good friends with a liquor store owner or manager is complete nonsense. Does it help? Yes, but is it mandated that you have to be best friends with the liquor store owner or manager to get like really good bottles? That is incorrect. There are other ways around it. All right, my friends, as you sit in this courtroom, peace, cheers, most important, salute. Take care. See you guys.